Hello, it's Em the Beginner Crafter. Welcome to another WIPTube and WIPMAS. I actually should start with WIPMAS. And today I'm going to show you what I worked on the 16th of December, so Tuesday. And I actually worked on just 3 projects. I worked on the Chiara test knit, and I'll start with that. Then I worked on my focus piece for the day, which was how many cross stitches I can stitch, and a little bit on the extraordinary bird. So let's start with the Chiara Jacket test knit. This is where I am. So this part is the back, and I'm at 7.5 centimeters, slightly less, but I think it might be due to the fact that it's curling, and that's why I wasn't able to count actually 7.5 centimeters. And here I started the shoulder. It's the European shoulder construction, which I like so far. And I stopped here because I was not sure when to start decreasing. Just the numbers didn't make sense to me for a while, so I decided to ask Inge, who is the designer for this project, just to make sure, because some things weren't really making sense to me, and now she confirmed what I thought was the most logical way, but I just didn't find it very easy to follow. So I preferred to ask, because then she might take a look also and see whether it's just me, late hour beginner knitter who doesn't understand what's going on, or maybe there is a way to make it sound a little bit easier for everyone else. So I stopped here, but I still think it's a pretty good progress. Tomorrow should be better, because now that I've solved the problem, or just, my not understanding the instructions, everything should go smoothly, at least for a little while, because I haven't looked too far into the pattern, but from what I see, we continue the shoulder part, and we first make some decreases, then we add doing increases and decreases together, but it, for now at least, when I'm not really stitching it, it sounds logical, so it should work well. And then I guess we will be moving to the left shoulder, but it has pretty much the same instructions. So once I've solved this problem with counting rows, it should work just as easily well on the second shoulder. So I hope the biggest struggle, at least so far, is behind me, and I'll be able to move on pretty quickly. Tomorrow I have a long day at work, but I don't have any afternoon classes, so I should have full afternoon for doing my projects. So I hope to make quite a lot of progress. Maybe I'll even take the knitting to school and try to knit during breaks, because so far the rows are pretty short. So during the break I should easily be able to make 2 rows, so that I have knitting and purl, which is sort of the division I like best. I like end on a purl row, end on a purl row. It's always the best, it works the best for me. So that's the Chiara Jacket. Then I worked on how many cross stitches I can make. So I'm going back to the beginning of the row. So when I started today, I was here with my needle and I had the whole row of half stitches, and now I'm going back and I'm like I passed the midway point of the row to have full cross stitches made at the end. So quite a nice progress. The thread broke unfortunately once, but also it knotted in such a way, let me show you here, that there will be quite a waste of the thread in here, because now I've got 3 endings which obviously do not happen when you're just stitching with 2 threads, or just one thread kind of doubled. So breakage continued. So yeah, we'll see how that works with this project. I think this is the worst of the 3, because it is count 18 canva, which has super small holes in the canvas, so it takes a good moment to get through the correct hole. It means every time there's a bit of a knot, it's difficult to push it through the hole, and even if it actually falls sort of on the behind of the canvas, like it stays there, then if I need to push the needle through it, it gets super difficult, and I need to use the full length of the thread, because double thread wouldn't really look good. Like full cross stitches with double thread will not look good on this fabric. So this is the most annoying one, the one that will have the most breakage, I think. And the next ones should go much more smoothly, because I will be doubling the thread from the start, which already makes it much easier to handle, because it will be 4 meters, not 8. And the holes will be bigger and much easier to see, much easier to push through, even with some kind of knotting. But in worst case scenario, if the thread breaks at some point, I can then again, like if I have to cut something and I have 2 threads, I can then sort of use one of them first, double it, and then stitch, and again it makes it much shorter. So the next ones should get easier, just need to survive this one. So it's still going to take some time before I finish this project. And the last project was the extraordinary bird. So this is what it's going to look like once it's finished. I am getting closer to that look, but I only stitched 111 stitches today, so not much of a progress, but I think this is some visible progress, because like if you have a look at what it looked like before I started stitching, this is the neck of the large bird, and it's in dark brown, so I think it will be visible. And then I moved into the body of that bird, so it's this bird here. So I stitched here on this neck, and then I started stitching here on the body. So I think those stitches are quite visible because they are dark, that's one, and they also fill out the space in the bird pretty nicely. So you can see more and more of that of that bird. So yeah, I'm getting closer. But yeah, I didn't really have much time to work on anything else because today was also quite a long day. So, yeah, not too much progress. But I hope tomorrow will be much better progress. We'll just see later on what project I also will be working on quite a lot. But first, the candy. I ate today's candy, well, two of them, the grape one and the watermelon one. And the grape one reminds me of something. I just can't put my finger on it. What, I don't know, candy or something is it? It doesn't taste like fresh grapes. It kind of tastes like fermented grapes because it doesn't necessarily taste of alcohol. It doesn't have that strong bitterness of alcohol, but it's kind of like halfway there. Definitely grapes with sugar that are starting to ferment. So not my favorite taste, definitely. The watermelon one tasted watermelony with sugar, but also quite watered down watermelon. So it was the better of the two, but still not the great one, not the great taste of the fruit. And unfortunately in the pack there were 4 candies and 3 of them were grape, so I would have preferred the watermelon one. So today is the 17th already, and that's the bottom one. Oh, there's a packet. Nerds. Nerds. Grape and strawberry. What is it about grape? Can anybody tell me what is it about grape? I don't think grape taste is super popular in Poland. I know you sometimes can get grape juice, but again, I've never liked it, but I don't really see it very often in shops. And when it comes to candy, I also don't think we have a lot of grape flavored candy. Strawberry, yes. Orange. Raspberry. but like grape, not so much. So I wonder what it is about grape in the US. We'll see what it tastes like. Okay, so now the wheel of my tomorrow's focus piece. And it's the socks. Great. I'm very happy about that because the socks need some love, and I'm going to have quite a lot of time for them tomorrow because they need to grow. They need to grow. I'll put the safety pin at the start. For tomorrow, so that I know how much progress I made. Let's put it in this stitch. So I can see how much progress I make tomorrow. But I'm very happy that it's the socks because they do need some kind of progress. I hope to be able to change the color, the contrasting color for the pattern. That would be cool to get to that. And of course extraordinary birds because they also need to move along. I want to finish that piece this year. maybe not the back stitching parts, but at least the cross stitching. I want to finish it this year, but I still have about 2,000 stitches to put into that. And there's less and less time until the end of a year, so I do want to get there. And yes, it does look like, because I edited the video today to post it, if you watched yesterday's video, there is a bit of smudging around this area, and when I watched the video, also this part is maybe not smudgy, but has a sort of mist effect, which I like. I have to be honest, I like this one. The smudging, not so much, but the sort of this mist thing, I quite liked it. This is unfortunately due to me breaking my phone's screen, and I'm recording it like on the front camera, and I think some of the breakage is over the camera lens as well. So I guess it kind of makes this effect like that. I don't know when I will get a new phone, because I want a Nokia. I like Nokias, and I want a Nokia, but there aren't that many around anymore. So I need to find somewhere, either the same one I have right now, because it is pretty new, or maybe there will be something a bit newer that I could buy, but I guess after Christmas will be the best time to do it, because right now I guess people are shopping, so not too many phones to choose from. If I can't buy a Nokia, then I'll have to, I don't know, go for a Samsung. Try a completely different brand for me, because I had a Motorola, that was my first one. I had a Panasonic, I think was my second phone. And then I think I had Nokias all the time. Yeah, I think that was like, it was a Nokia all the time. So I'll have to look for a different brand of a phone if there are no Nokias available, or the older types, because the older types of Nokias are quite available in shops, because I guess quite a lot of elderly people who don't really need smartphones like Nokias, because they are the classic and they're good phones. And I don't think if other brands, but like established brands, do traditional type of a mobile phone anymore, so I guess that's the only left for them. But smartphones are a bit more difficult for Nokias, I think. I'll have to have a look. I was looking for a new tablet, but now the phone is a bit more pressing, because while I can do everything on the phone, it doesn't look so far that that there are some areas that don't work, even though the screen is pretty crashed. It's annoying not to see everything very, very well. And yeah, I guess this kind of smudging just will be too annoying, especially once I want to record WIP parades and my goals for the new year. Then it's going to be a bit annoying to have that effect on the phone. But we'll see what the future brings. Let's hope it still works until I can get a new phone. If you like the video, please click the thumbs up. It's really appreciated. Leave a comment down below. Think about subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. Thank you for watching and hopefully see you next time. Bye!